The only thing that could make this Friday feeling a little bit more Friday would be my longboard, but it's too wet. Got down to this park and ride because I need to go via Bristol on the way back home to Bristol. But that means having to deal with basically all of the Christmas market traffic and all of the commuter traffic. So I'm hoping also the Friday feeling also kicks in to a certain extent, because Fridays there always seem to be a little bit fewer cars on the road, and I'm hoping that that will offset the increased amount of cars because of the bullshit Christmas market. Well, starting to see why they couldn't leave that with a neighbour. That is massive and pretty fucking heavy. I think the package I'm getting tomorrow is the graphics card and the power supply, which means hard drive. Oh, I haven't got the RAM yet. Hard drive, well, SSD, hard drive, network card, that's Christmas present, processor, Mobo, case. So I'm waiting for RAM, gaming video card, and kind of the part I thought there was another. Oh, power supply. Yeah, those three. Nothing else, right? Well, you can't get a box this big and not fancy a little look inside, though, right? That's pretty dope. I like that. Also, I'm pretty confident that obviously this is like hard drive slots. I'm guessing. I'm not actually. I've never built a computer before. I'm guessing, but there's a box size here where obviously like the Mobo goes. I'm pretty confident my entire Atlas would fit in there. I understand now when people said, when I bought that, the reviews for Atlas were like, it's really impressive what they fit in such a small chassis. And when I've looked at things like, oh, can I upgrade it? It's like, the case is really small. So they've literally like maxed out basically what you can fit in there. So you basically can't call it. So if you couldn't put a bigger graphics card in, because you couldn't fit the coolant in and all that kind of shit. So, oh. God, it's hard work pulling it up the stairs. I can't wait to put this bad boy together. There's one package that is like, I don't have any idea where it is basically. I need to log on to the website and track it, but it's I created with like a LastPass password, and that means that I don't know what it is for my phone. I can't be bothered to go through the rigmarole of jumping between apps to do it, so I'll just do it on my laptop tomorrow. I'm assuming it's sometime this weekend, so don't know. Otherwise, work was alright today. We had yet another day of just like blistering progress. We transitioned a little bit actually to help out on the testing side of things. Otherwise, just smashed through some stuff. We also did some like planning for like estimation majiggies. We'll see how that goes. Basically, we're trying to like figure out how to estimate long term, if that's even a possible thing. It's fun conversations to have because we kind of got to bring people kicking and screaming into reality, I think, effectively. But we'll see how that goes. It's going to be great. Anything else happen interesting? It was just a standard normal day, and then I drove back via the delivery people to pick up that box. An insanely big box. Maybe that explains why the comments that the guy made on the little card thing was so pissed off with it, because it's actually very fucking heavy. When it was in the full-on box thing. Well, not heavy, it's just awkward to carry, and I almost went for a way bigger one, absolutely unnecessarily. One that was like a more of square, and it was like front loaded so that you could see in it. So basically, like that's the front, you know what I mean? And it's more like that. I think it had like glass like that. It was really expensive. It looked really cool, but it looked like an enthusiast one rather than just like a normal dude one. I think it weighed like 25 kilograms or something absolutely ludicrous, because it was like 5mm of like glass and stainless steel. Like, sounds like overkill. A wet, miserable day today. Laura's gone to uni and she's there tomorrow as well. But today I'm going to be focusing on cleaning the house. Since we got back from holiday, and obviously with the boiler it's been a little bit stressful. We've been a bit busy. Laura's had a lot of work to catch up on because of holiday. And what have I been doing? So that's what I'm going to do today, but first I need to bomb off to delivery Yodel and find where the frickety frack my package is. This should be the penultimate box of things that are being delivered. The the penultimate one. There's one more, and I'm not sure where that is. I need to track that. I was mentioned that yesterday. I just haven't had a chance yet. The plan is get on, get out, pick up the package, get back, get cleaning, get tidying. Hopefully, won't be long until we've got everything we need to get this computer built. I'm so excited. I can't believe how big it is. That's insane. I'm going to have to start looking into how. I'm going to have to start looking into. What am I looking into? Oh yeah, how to build a computer. I know I need to overclock the motherboard because I've got faster RAM. I need to overclock the motherboard for, but that's trivial. I've got an overclockable processor. I don't think I'm going to. But I might a little bit. It depends. I haven't bought anything additional to cool it, so I've got no like water cooling or anything crazy like that. I don't think I need it, to be honest. But we'll see. And if I'm driving past a B&Q or somewhere that might sell fire logs for the fire, I'm going to pick some of them up. I need my wallet too. Let's go. Why is it all of these computer game places? Computer places want to sell your wine. Power and graphics card. Woo! Now look, you may be thinking, look Jamie, what a namby-pamby 1060. It's the 6 gig one, so it's not the pambiest 1060. But also, I don't play games. I don't need a graphics card. I basically just need a graphics card for multi-threaded stuff and like ML kind of things. I really don't need like a 1080 or a even 1070. And they're like double the money, and I'm like, you know what? For the 3 games a year I play, Hearthstone being one of them, I don't need it. All the games I play, and to be fair, if I wanted a better one, it says VR ready, so it can't be that shit. Well, I was saying this at work because when I was putting this computer together, it was originally costing about 2,200 total cost, and people at work are like, that's absolutely ludicrous, you can do it for at least 700. And I'm like going through all the parts I wanted, and this was always one of the ones that was lower. But it's kind of a weird build, because I don't want a gaming computer, I don't want a gaming computer, but you go through all the custom build websites, they're all proper custom gaming machines, where they're like ramped up for video, and I don't need that in my little life, or that's also video editing. All I really, really need is lots of threads, lots of fast memory, lots of fast RAM, and just like proper shit, you know? So I've got a really expensive, really fast hard drive, really fast multi-threaded processor, which is why I went AMD, not Intel. And I mean, and even then I was like, that's why I've gone for a shit graphics card. And they're like, well, it's not really that shit. It's still like in like the top 3 at the time. Obviously the new ones have come out now. But yeah, I couldn't justify doubling the money on that. And I've still spent a fuckload of money on this goddamn computer. So, but basically, I've maxed out the motherboard. So I've got a really fucking good motherboard. Maxed out the RAM. Maxed out the hard drive, main hard drive. Got like a hybrid normal drive for like the backup, for the data drive, basically. I don't really care about that. And like I say, in the future, if I want to overclock the CPU and if I want to whack in a great big honking graphics card because I get into PC gaming for some fucking reason, then I can. And that's the joy. It was proper starting to take over that room there. I was getting a bit pissed. Lol. Not that we use that room for anything else. Right, let's check that bloody other delivery, because all I need now is RAM. I'm getting a good vibe about that RAM order. It's from a company I've never ordered anything from before, and it's like in processed state. I'm like, well, I've not received anything, and I don't know what processed means. There's no like indication of when it might come, when it might not come. So we might see if I might just cancel the order and see if we can get it from somewhere like Amazon or something. The thing is, like Amazon, for something like that, like maybe I think they probably had a deal on, to be fair, over Black Friday, which is why it kind of came up. I'm looking at my slippers if you see me looking around. But yeah, so Amazon is usually like maybe for this kind of stuff like £5 more expensive, but prime delivery. So usually works out rather than this like slow delivery. What the frick, my slippers? Actually in the room I just left. So I'm going to have myself some lunch and then we're going to get working. Working as well, I mean working on cleaning. Cleaning, working. God damn. Alright, so it's nearly bedtime. But we were looking. Laura came back, went for a little walk. We've been trying to figure out what kind of Christmas tree to get, because we used to have a little Christmas tree last year, and in our little flat, because we didn't have room for a big one. And we were going to get a big one, but Laura likes ones that are expensive. So instead we're going to get a real one, so fake trees. We were going to get a real one for this year, because they're relatively cheap, and then buy one in the sales after. Went up into the loft in the attic to see if we could, to see what decorations we had, basically, just see what we had going on, see if we had to get anything else. Then we found this. So this tree was just in the loft, obviously in a box, not in one piece like this. Not bad for free, eh? That's pretty good. A bit weird because it's a little bit too big for the corner, but we didn't know where else to put it, to be honest with you. So yeah, so there we go. Isn't that good? Otherwise, we brought it down from the loft. And it was like, well, we should really see what it's like before we put it up. Before we go out and get another one. This might be alright. We can't just leave this in the loft forever. So literally no idea who it belongs to. Could have been the previous owner, could have been an owner before that. The box looked bloody tatty, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was the owner before that. But yeah, so now we've got a tree up. The 1st of December is way too early to put a tree up, that's me, but that's life. So yeah, that's that. Otherwise, we watched a film this evening. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, I believe, is what it's called. It was a bit boring. Went on for a bit long. And didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Well, it kind of did though, and that was really the thing. It was just not a lot actually happened in it, you know what I mean? And it's just trying to be. I wasn't a fan. Don't watch it. You need to get some kind of smart plug. The plug's behind the tree. It's such a bitch to turn the lights on. Get a smart plug. I can hook it up to old Googs and then just get Google to turn the lights on for me. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Today is a very wet, miserable day. Laura's gone out to uni again. She's there all day today, but it's very wet and miserable, very drizzly. Ugh. It's it's that light mist kind of rain. Not really rain, but rain. And I'm going out in it. So there are a couple of things. I've got about 45 minutes before I need to set out. Well, half an hour before I need to set out. There's a couple of little tinkery things I want to do on the computer before then. But I'm heading to town. Having said that, yeah, I need to be in Bath for 12:30 or thereabouts, because I'm meeting up with a uni friend, Alan messaged me the other day being like, I'm going to be in Bath this time, do you want to meet up for lunch or something, have a catch up? I'm like, fuck yeah, boy. Fuck yeah. I don't think you've ever met Alan. But yeah, it's great. So we're going for lunch, a bit of a catch up, probably an indoor lunch, looking at the weather. But that does mean braving, and I mean braving, the Bath Christmas market on a fucking weekend. Hopefully it's a Sunday, so hopefully it's a little bit more, a little bit less insane than a Saturday, but you never know. We'll see what it's like. We've just got to figure out what to wear, because it's wet and miserable. I'm thinking about wearing my Timberlands. It's wet and miserable out, but it's not cold, particularly. And obviously if you're jumping in between shops and stuff and houses and you know what I mean, just shops and stuff, then you don't want to wear something really thick. So I'm not sure. Yes, I want to do this, and I want to check what the size is for an install USB. If I need to buy a USB stick that's bigger than my current 4 gig one, so that I can boot Windows from it, because I ain't got a disk drive. That company doesn't respond to me. Might talk to Laura actually. I can actually get the RAM cheaper on Amazon at the moment, and I could get it tomorrow. I might message Laura, see, because the problem is I can't get through to their customer services to cancel my order effectively. So I don't want to. I could just return it, but I mean they've been a pain in the ass already. So think about it. But what I'll probably do is later today order it from Amazon so I can get it tomorrow, and then just cancel the order. And either the order gets cancelled, and that's fine, or they send it over to me and then I return it. and that's fine also. If they're a pain in the ass to return to, then worst comes to the worst, I've got 64 gig of RAM instead, and that's not too bad either. There are worse outcomes. Going to put a little bit of gel in my hair, just because I get really annoyed when there isn't anything holding it up, but it's just going to get washed out immediately, bet you. Phone keys, camera wallet, got a book, because I'm getting a long bus ride and a train ride. Book. Don't need my glasses or anything dumb like that, I'm not going to be reading for that long. Got some carrier bags just in case I buy some shit. Normally I go to town and then come back with an Amazon order, to be honest with you. Okay, I've made the order. Fuck it. We've got an hour in Bristol before I have to go to Bath. So, well, I don't have to, well, you know, everything's even bloody open yet, so I can always come back via Bristol. I just need to go to the places that Bath doesn't have, so, House of Fraser. Hey, whoever runs Cabot Circus, if you're watching this, I know you are, well done on the Christmas decorations this year. The past 2 years were horse shit. They are, just in general, much classier this year than previously. I mean, the giant Santa with a Christmas tree on his back, I mean, it's alright, it's a bit weird, but everything else is fine, you know? An idea for two of the things I need to get. Ran out of time. I'm now heading towards the train station in order to get the train to Bath and get some food. I'm starving. I was walking through that Christmas market only because I had to, and God, it smelled good. Christmas market though is by far the worst thing about Bath this weekend. It's a bad weekend to meet someone in Bath. So the train's going to be rammed, Bath's going to be rammed. I'm hoping it's a Sunday, so it'll be a little bit more quiet than yesterday, but yeah, I'm nearly done Christmas wise. It's just the hard people to get things for. There's one thing that I want to get, but I don't think it's going to be in stock anywhere. Amazon is like, won't be in stock until January. I'm like, that's a bastard, isn't it? Means I might have to get like a gift voucher for it, effectively. That's Dad. One more thing I'm on the hunt for Laura, but I need a little bit more information. She asked me about it today, otherwise I'd be finished for her. Laura's sister I've got an idea for, and Laura's parents are a bitch to buy for. On the account for they don't normally ask for anything. A bit like Dad, to be fair. Dad hasn't asked for fuck all this year, so he's getting what he fucking deserves. Always feels weird coming to Bath at the weekend. I kind of associate this entire city with work. That was really good fun. It was also a lot longer than I expected, but that's not a bad thing. I'm just heading to the train now. We went for food, and I think it's because we sat in and had like tapas, Thai tapas, somewhere, rather than getting, I was originally going to this street food place, which is like Gucci, but I think if we'd have gone there, either we'd have gone to a bar and had more drinks, or it wouldn't have been as long. But no, it's good catching up with, I hadn't spoken to Alan since uni days, which is obviously fucking ages ago now, so it's really good catching up. Alan, if you're watching, my boy, I'm totally happy to do that. Literally whenever you're in Bath, I will make the train to ride over to come and say hello. So training back now to Bristol. I'm trying to figure out if Laura wants me to, I'm not going to be able to go shopping now. It's not that, I mean, it's not that late. But by the time I get back to Bristol, it'll be about 5-ish. So you start heading back home. Whether or not I'm waiting for Laura or just going home, I'll find out in a minute. Okay, again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this video here. I'm trying to, and I feel like it's going to hurt me, keep the videos relatively short. I'm not just aiming. I kind of got to a point where I was aiming for 30 minutes, and I shouldn't do that. I should just stop them when I think they need stopping, if you know what I mean. Pretty good day today, pretty good weekend. I've not been very productive over the past couple of weeks, but I'm going to try and ramp that around. Tomorrow, I should get my RAM, which means I can build my computer. Which does mean I have to look up how to do that. Otherwise, we had some dinner, and then we watched your boy David Attenborough, that thing, and then argued with some people on Twitter. I say argued, it bugs me when you see people and you know who they are, because they're the people who, in general, let's be honest, because I know there's one of the people who watch me is a bit like this as well. They have like the EU flag in their title and this blah blah blah, and all they do all day is just live in this world of people who just want to be within the EU and just want to remain, and they don't tweet about anything else. They just reblog the same shit, and it's just a big circle jerk, effectively. Every now and again, you see someone just say something just ludicrous, and you just step it, and you just like, look, blah, blah. And I just like engaging with people. And I talked to someone the other day about like EU law, but it's different type, Article 13 stuff, which is affecting YouTube and whatnot. And they were like kind of pro-regulation kind of thing, and I'm like, kind of not. But then I like engaging with them, and I follow them because they have some interesting things to say, and you should follow people. Otherwise, you end up in a world where you think that what you think everyone thinks, and they don't. And then you just become ignorant to everyone else's view. God damn it. And I talk to them, and then it's like, you lot, wait, what did it say? Something along the lines of like, 1975 was the first referendum, and you lot didn't stop moaning. I'm like, who's you lot? Firstly, I voted the same way as you. Secondly, I wasn't even fucking around, mate. Don't get on my high and my... Jesus Christ. But anyway, just while you're out there on the internet, ladies and gentlemen, be really conscious of when you feel like you're in a group of people who all say the same thing. And just try and spread out and just try and engage with it. And just try and engage in the conversation. Or just read it and just listen to it. And just be like, either... Because this is what I don't understand. These people, they just retweet it to the same people. You've not achieved anything. It's like you're just shouting into... You've like got a room of people who all agree with you, and now you're just saying what they agree with. And of course they agree with you. You're not like getting beyond that. So I don't understand the logic of it. But yeah, if you ever notice that everyone you have agrees with you, like get out there a bit more. Find people who you don't agree with, and listen to what they have to say. And even if you listen to it, go, yeah, that's bollocks, mate. That's cool. At least you listen to it. At least you know what they have to say and what they think. And in that way, when they talk to you, when they go, I think you should think this, you have a reasonable response, and not just, what the fuck, no one thinks that. You know? Which is kind of what happened with to be fair, the election prior to the one that Cameron won, that was the election where I was like, I'm in a bubble, where I was like adamant that Labour were going to win that. Because of like YouTube and Twitter is all very much like left-leaning. And then I was like, I need to start diversifying effectively and figuring out what's going on. And then don't get me wrong, the bubble is still very left-leaning. I didn't see Brexit happening. I don't think a lot of people did. But still, diversify. The internet is very good at creating echo chambers. Get out of them. That's my PSA. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.